Hey guys, Mike here with RMA Arms. Today we're doing a short video on showing you how to remove the manual safety from your SIG P320 M17. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, what we're gonna do before we get into anything is we're going to safety check this gun. What you should always do before handling any gun, always treat a gun as if it is loaded, as if there is one in the chamber. We're gonna take the magazine out. Check the chamber, nothing in there. We're good to go. Point in the safe direction, pull the trigger. Nice, good to go. Okay, now let's go ahead and take this slide off. The way you do that, lock it back. Rotate the takedown lever, release the slide and pull back. And there you go. There's your internals, there's your slide. I'm gonna put that over here. Okay, so with this thing, with pulling the takedown lever, it's kind of tricky. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's also not the hardest thing in the world. So you kind of have to like rotate this thing a little bit just to get it popped out here. Sometimes you rotate it backwards and sometimes you rotate a little bit. So find that little sweet spot to where it pops out there and then it should come out pretty easily. Okay, so with that, and that is all you need to do to remove the module. You just pull up on these bars here and then that trigger will get in the way a little bit. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your thumb here, pull it back. Obviously, you know it's safe, there's nothing in there. So you pull that back, and then you just kind of keep lifting, and then you just pull that little thing. There's that bar that holds onto that, and then there you go. Or there's your trigger mechanism. What we're gonna do, you wanna rotate this whole thing back closer to here so you can actually push this little piece down. You see that's actually got some spring, got some tension to it. So you wanna be able to push that down, and that's what's actually keeping this connected to here. So, what you want is you want either a screwdriver or a flathead. Right now this is the only thing that I have. So you just want to take this thing right here and you want to apply some pressure to it to allow that thing to rotate all the way back. And there you go. So now that that's off, you can rotate that back. Now you can kind of pull that out of there like so. Okay, and while you're doing that, you want to make sure that because that thing is held on by that spring, this tension or this detent here, you want to make sure that you keep your finger on top of that piece right there while you pull this out. Because what happens is this little spring here can accidentally shoot this thing out, and you could lose it, or you could lose that spring, and you definitely don't want to do that. It's this right here, that's what locks that in place. And there you go. That piece is out. What you want to do is you want to basically put that back in flush, make sure that goes back in the way it came. That needs to be flush, so you just push that down there, make sure that pops out on that side. So now what you need to do, you then need this safety pin here, and I'll go ahead and throw that SKU number up. SIG actually sells this part, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't know if you can get it off their website. I know Brownells has this part. I think it's like $11 or something. We'll go ahead and throw up that part number so that you can find it and you can purchase it yourself. So you will need this part to replace that pin that we pulled out for your safety. And what we're gonna do is we are just going to put this back into place here. You put that in place of that. So, put that pin back in there, it's flush, make sure all that's good to go. And then go ahead and slide that back into there. And push that trigger down so it clears the hole, drop that down, and there you go. We're gonna take our locking block and we're gonna actually rotate this thing back a little bit more than it should, just so it starts popping in, and then we're just gonna line that up with the other hole here. And you see kind of like you have to rotate it down that way a little bit just so it clears that. Get that in there and then start rotating it a little bit and it'll start kind of going in a little bit more, and there you go. You can pop that in and now it's ready to go. Make sure it's against that ledge all the way before you put the slide on. And then grab your slide. Go ahead and lock it to the rear and rotate that thing back. Bam, there you go. Now make sure you check for proper function. Okay, all right, nothing in that magazine. We're gonna put that back into place here. And then we are going to double check that that works. Everything's good. Click and bam. Okay, everything works good. So there you have it. You now have removed the safety from your M17. Now here's the downside to doing this. These frames are specifically made for the safety. So now that you've removed the safety, you now have some holes here. Not only is it exposing your trigger mechanism to the elements, but you now have a hole right where that pin is. And because that pin was so easy to put in, it doesn't actually like pop in and stay in. It stays in, but what happens is under shooting and pressure and moving around, you can kind of see how that will cause this to kind of pop out a little bit here. I don't know if you can see that, but you might already see it kind of popping out. Push that back into place almost because it already started falling out a little bit just from doing that right there. So I can imagine under a lot of, you know, a few rounds and shooting and stuff like that, it'll probably knock it out pretty easily. So, and you definitely don't want that to happen. So in doing this, you're gonna have to obviously purchase that pin, and then you're gonna have to purchase a new grip module that does not have holes for the safety. It's actually not that expensive. SIG sells all of their frames on their website. You can probably find a couple stores that might be SIG specific dealers that will sell them. I know we have one here in Raleigh. You know, for us, it's easy to just walk in there, go pay 40, 50 bucks, whatever it is, to replace these modules. So luckily they're not too expensive, but still having to pay an extra 50 bucks, 60 bucks just to remove your safety, to me isn't that cool. So that's a little bit of a downside that I have with these guns and the way SIG does their stuff. I think SIG's got a good thing going. It just kind of sucks that that's how you have to remove the safety. But anyways, guys, that's it. That's all. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing too hard. I hope this was simple. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. And if any of you guys have your own methods or found other ways of doing this for the P320, please share your experiences and please share your knowledge in the comment section and let us know what you would do differently or what have you found that works best in this scenario. And that way we can all learn something new and figure some stuff out together. So awesome. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button because we have a ton of content coming your way into the channel. All right, so that's about it. Appreciate it, guys. See you in the next video.